Hey everyone, this is your girl SolieSims and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a speed build and we're doing a speed build of what is a typical Caribbean household. It's not, I keep saying household guys, I've done this voiceover 3 times and each time my introduction I keep saying household. It's a house guys. So it's just a build and it is typically what a Caribbean house should look like, or rather what it typically looks like. In the more recent years, we've been moving away from the colonial style of building, which is I actually quite like that style. I think it's a very interesting type of architecture and there's lots of features. It just, I don't know, it appeals to me in so many ways. I don't typically build a lot of colonial style houses, although I am influenced by it in my everyday living. But typically when we build houses, even in island living, for the game, it tends to be a little bit more modern, a little bit more beachy and stuff, and it's not what I would normally see if I had to look out my window right now. So our houses tend to be very colorful, so it's nothing strange to see one house that's blue, the next house will be cream, the next house will be orange, the next house will be not red but like yellow or something. Even the roofs sometimes are different colored. Roofing, like we have red, we have blue, we have gray, we have, like, you know, just a whole bunch of typical different types of roofing. So I could poke my head out the window and just be greeted by a whole bunch of vibrancy and color. You can get some that are just typically just plain concrete as well, with maybe some wood facade here and there. And yeah, so I try to incorporate that style, that brick style inside in this build. We do live in a hurricane prone area, particularly during the months of June to November, so we do have to build up to a certain code for hurricane safety and of course to protect your assets, which is of course your home. This house that I built, however, I believe it to be a typical one of a place that is being rented out. So you will find that it's a very small space. It is a 2-bedroom 1-bath house, open plan sitting and dining room area. There is a breadfruit tree in the backyard, which I absolutely love. I don't know why yet we don't have things like papaya and mango in the game yet, but that's for a different story. Typically most Caribbean households, the regular ones I should say, like not upper middle class etc., you wouldn't get like a coffee machine, you wouldn't get like a microwave, although like I said, now it's becoming more mainstream for us to have these type of items. You would get like a regular stovetop kettle, which I did put in, but you also get an electric kettle for the days when your tank of gas, in hindsight now that I mention it, I should have put in a tank of gas as well, for days when you know you're out of gas or you just wanted to do a quick coffee or tea in the morning, opposed to having it boil for a while. Most houses don't have AC units as well. They tend to use standing fans. Like my household right now, currently, I have 2 fans in my bedroom, simply because it gets that hot and the concrete tends to trap the heat. So the fans help a lot, it really does. And typically most houses you would find that the doors or windows are always open to let airs come through the house, to air out the house basically. um when I was growing up, my stepdad was a carpenter and a joiner, so he used to make all of our furniture. So um the sofas we had like some really lovely mahogany sofas, and our bed frames, etc. So I tried to incorporate that style in here as well. Basically everything that was in that house, most of the furniture is stuff that he built: the table stand, the bookshelf, table and chairs, bed frames, couches. And my mom used to sew, so she would sew the cushion covers for the cushions that go on the chairs as well. Believe me, I hated it. I hated it because it just brought back a lot of when I had to be refilling the thimble for the sewing machine. She had a single sewing machine that she would use to, you know, to do all of her little projects and stuff. So everything was kind of handmade and just implemented. You do get to keep your shoes outside. You don't walk inside with your shoes on, so you have to take your shoes off outside at the door, which is why I put at least one pair of shoes outside. And I did put another pair of shoes just inside by the sliding door on the inside, so you know it just shows that you don't get to walk inside the house with the shoes on. The bedrooms I kept very simple, very clear of most clutter. The reason for this is typically if you're renting a house, you cannot put stuff up on the walls. It's going to cause issues for when you have to leave, and a lot of landlords don't like you to have these type of things put up on the wall, etc. So this is a teen bedroom. I did put up as you can see, I'm gonna do it right now, what I thought was as uniform for school, because most of the Caribbean schools you do attend with uniforms on. I wore a uniform. I wore a uniform when I went to high school as well. So I figured her uniform is ironed and pressed, and she has it hung up there. I actually called my daughter in to see what I did, and she was like, "Oh, you can see this is a teen room from a student who goes wherever." Parents' bedroom is very clean, very crisp. Everything is well put away. This is, of course, reminds me so much of how it was with my mom. There is, I don't know, this woman just is always organized and always well put together, and I just pulled a little bit from that as well, that her room is always up, spick and span. There's nothing out of place. Everything is where it's supposed to go. So it's not that it is lacking of anything, it's just that everything is where it's supposed to go, so you won't get to see like lots of clutter and stuff. I understand that with the type of game that it is, the lack of clutter makes the game look empty. The build, look empty. It really does. However, it truly showcases the type of build that is in the Caribbean. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was really fun for me to build. It didn't take me that long to build, and I just overall enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that you do too, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.